Hello guys, this is Amol Khedkar. I welcome you to this video. You definitely might have heard about the first presidential debate that happened just last night, I suppose. It was almost like a dumpster fire inside a train wreck, inside a hot mess. It was literally like a shit show, to be very honest with you. Everybody was, trying to understand what the hell was going on. Both the people, Trump and Biden, used very different sort of language, which is not heard of in the presidential debates. I'll give you a complete analysis in this video about what exactly happened in this presidential debate and what were the world reactions. So, this is an article from the New York Times, and it says Trump Biden debate prompts shock, despair, and in China, glee. So, let's get started. As you can see here, the chaos of the event has left allies and rivals alike questioning the state of American democracy and the country's place on the global stage. I've been seeing this for a long, long time. There is a playlist on my channel which says that American empire is in decline since almost decades now, and this is exactly what New York Times, the so-called very high-profile newspaper, is highlighting right now. So, the debate on Tuesday between Trump and Biden strengthened the impressions abroad that the US has retreated from the global stage. Exactly what I've been saying. The unedifying spectacle of Tuesday night's presidential debate produced some shock, some sadness, and some weariness among American allies and rivals alike on Wednesday. As Trump bellowed, blustered, and shouted down both the moderator Chris Wallace and his opponent, former Vice President Joe Biden, and as Mr. Biden responded by calling Mr. Trump a clown, many wondered if the chaos and tenor of the event said something more fundamental about the state of American democracy. Exactly what I've been pointing out since almost since I started this channel, that America is in a deep spiral of decline, and this is just the beginning of what America will look like in the near future. America had its fair run, and right now it is trying to disintegrate as fast as possible and with as much speed as possible. Of course, the ultimate arbiter will be the American voter, said Ulrich Speck, an analyst with the German Marshall Fund in Berlin. But there is a consensus in Europe that this is getting out of hand, and this debate is an indicator of the bad shape of the American democracy. To be very honest with you, I never thought that America even had a democracy, and this is just another example of what happens when things go completely haywire. There was always a sense among allies that in America, despite political disagreement, there is one republic and conflict will be solved by debate and compromise, and that power was married to some kind of morality, Mr. Speck said. I mean, I don't agree with Mr. Speck in this article. I mean, America was always and has always been a pretty racist and quite violent country. So, the founders of America were white people who said that all men are created equal and they own slaves. So, I don't know what else consists as hypocrisy in today's day and world. But that view is now being questioned, he said. The debate was really no debate at all, but two people pursuing their strategies. Many, if not most, European analysts blamed Mr. Trump for the mess. I mean, it's very, very easy to blame Trump for everything, and that's what many people on the left, like the so called left, have been doing for a long time. But I don't think Trump is the problem. Trump is the solution. Trump is like the outcome of a problem that has been festering into the American psyche for almost decades and decades. The debate was a joke, a low point, a shame for the country. Marcus Feldenkirchen of the German news magazine Der Spiegel posted on Twitter. Roaring insults, two over 70s who interrupt each other like 5-year olds, and a moderator who loses all control. Absolutely true. Roaring insults, two over 70s who interrupt each other like 5-year olds, and a moderator who loses all control. The trigger, of course, Trump's uncouth, undignified behavior. John Sowers, a former British diplomat and head of a risk analysis firm, said simply, "My own response is that it makes me despondent about America. The country we have looked to for leadership has descended into an ugly brawl." Even the 2016 debate, to be honest with you, was not very different, but this is almost like a next level thing. I mean, literally, they are calling each other clowns, they are telling each other to shut up. Yeah, this is exactly what I've been saying. I have been saying this for a long, long time. I am even publishing my book called Indian Century, The Sleeping Giant Awakens, which is, releasing on Amazon, Kindle edition on January 15, 2021. So go and check that book out. But I've been saying this for a long, long time now. I mean, America and most of the Western countries have been in decline since the start of this century. Then Jeremy Shapiro, a former American diplomat who is now research director of the European Council on Foreign Relations, said that foreigners would probably view the debate as another sign of the degradation of American democracy, as some Americans do. The debate will not change foreign opinions of Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden, he said, but underneath the spectacle is something more troubling. Exactly, and this is absolutely true. Many people have their set opinions about Trump or Biden, but the spectacle that is, boiling underneath is something that is very, very troubling. And people need to understand that no matter who wins in this election, whether it's Trump or Biden, this entire thing is just such a big hot mess that I don't think anything is going to change even if Biden wins. That's just my frank opinion. Both allies and rivals see Trump and the political culture that created him heralding the decline of American democracy and American culture. Absolutely true. Both allies and rivals see Trump and the political culture that created him. What political culture created Trump? The decades and decades of neoliberal policies, which started with Reagan and Margaret Thatcher, that created Trump and heralding the decline of American democracy and American culture. That judgment, he added, is only heightened by the coronavirus response, not just American absence in global leadership, but the striking incompetence in dealing with it at home. The coarseness of the debate will resonate abroad, Mr. Shapiro said. Biden on that stage calling the president a clown and a liar is not something Biden would have done 4 years ago under any circumstances. That he felt he has to do it as a sign to outsiders that American culture is in a cycle of decline. Exactly what I've been saying, and many, many so called experts are agreeing with me right now. Trump bellowed, blustered, and shouted. Biden denounced the president as a clown. I mean, it's almost like a dog fight that is happening on the streets. There is no another analogy that you can give to this kind of madness. Thomas Gomat, director of the French Institute of International Relations, said that the debate strengthened the impression that the United States has retreated from the global stage and withdrawn into itself. Mr. Trump, he said, has explicitly walked away from the position of a global leader, and Joe Biden may be implicitly doing so too. So, even Biden and Trump, no matter who wins, they both have walked away from the position of a global leader. That's what this goes on to say. Mr. Gomart said the debate showed the deep partisanship of today's America, even in the face of the pandemic. Those two men are from the same generation, from the same world, he said, and yet they are the two faces of a deeply polarized society. I've always been saying this. America is a very, very deeply divided country. Half of the people in America believe that the sky is blue, half of the people in America believe that the sky is not blue. That view was shared by Nicole Baccarin, a French American historian and political analyst who lives in France. She said she was dismayed by what she saw in the debate, adding, "It sent a depressing image of the US, of American democracy, and its role in the world." I find this laughable that they're using this phrase called American democracy again and again in this article, which really goes on to say how completely detached the elite are from the problems of the masses. So America has never had a democracy. America is a failed state. America is a country that is very violent, which is very racist. And when they say American democracy over and over again, it just goes on to say that this entire shit show is nothing but a madman's game. The events seem bound to heighten European anxieties, Mr. Baccarin said. European leaders must have woken up this morning thinking the American leadership is over, and for a while, even if Biden is elected and tried to rebuild what Trump has destroyed, she said. The American leadership is over. And for a while, even if Biden is elected and try to rebuild what Trump has destroyed. So even if Biden gets elected, I don't think, and nobody thinks, to be honest, that this spiral is going to stop. The damage that has been done to transatlantic relations will be at best take years to repair, she's added. The truth is, the European leaders feel alone because they know that what Trump has dismantled cannot be rebuilt so quickly and so easily, she said. And for the others, Putin, Bolsonaro, Erdogan, they must be telling themselves what we already knew. They can do everything because the US isn't a leader anymore. That was certainly the quick view in China, where official reaction was careful, but that of the Global Times, a Communist Party propaganda sheet, was gleeful. Hu Xijin, the paper's editor, said that Mr. Trump and Biden obviously did not show an exemplary role to American people on how to engage in debates. He added, such a chaos at the top of the US politics reflects division, anxiety of US society, and the accelerating loss of advantages of the US political system. Foreign policy was barely mentioned in the debate, but China has been a regular target during the campaign on topics as varied as the coronavirus pandemic and trade. Wang Wenbin, a spokesman for the Chinese Foreign Ministry, said on Wednesday that the government resolutely opposes efforts to involve China in the US election and that accusations leveled against Beijing during the debate were groundless and untenable. So China is just trying to cover its ass over here, but to be honest, I mean China and US are both equally they are both equally bad. You cannot have a contest of who is bad and who is more badder than other in terms of US and China. In Beijing on Tuesday, foreign policy was barely mentioned in the debate, but China has been a regular target during the campaign. I mean, both the candidates mentioned China like a million times. I saw the entire debate, and why do you think they are so concerned about China? There is a video where Trump just talks about China for like long time. Why are people so concerned about China? I have been saying this, China and India were the largest economies in the entire world until 1800s, and it's just right now that Western world has caught up to it. But again, the pendulum is swinging, and China and India will again rise and become the two most dominant economies in the entire world. So I will not go into much debate into here. I will not go into much deep into this article, but I will just give you a small amount of highlight over here. That debate, what debate? He asked. The event was not intended to change minds or elucidate issues. It was only a form of entertainment which did credit to neither the incumbent nor the challenger. It can encapsulates all that has gone wrong with the American politics. So this is another commentator saying, debate? What debate? There was no debate here. The event was not intended to change minds or elucidate issues. It was only a form of entertainment which did credit to neither the incumbent nor the challenger. It encapsulates all that has gone wrong with the American politics. So this is something that I've been talking about since a long time now, because people have been refuting my claims for many they have done this for many times. They have said that America does not have any challenger and American hegemony will always be at par. But I saw the writing on the wall much earlier, and that's why I left America. And that is the reason why you should always keep your eyes and ears open and try to understand what exactly is going on. So I'll just read the last statement here. You don't say anything until Christmas Day, and when you open the box, you cry out. This is just what I wanted, he said. If Trump is re-elected, we say we are looking forward to working with you for 4 more years, and if it's Biden, we say, oh, we were waiting for you. So, I mean, the world is going to adjust either way. But the sad fact is that American hegemony, or you know the era where people around the world used to listen to America, has been declining for a long time, and it is not going to come back anytime soon. That's just the plain fact. Even if Trump gets elected, or even if Biden gets elected, this spiral of decline will not stop. This is my frank opinion. You came here for the truth, so I will give you the truth. I will stop talking here. If you liked my analysis of this article, and if you want to know more about my opinions and how this US presidential election will unfold until November, please don't forget to check out my Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram, I'm also on LinkedIn, and I've also started an event called, Unbiased Analysis of US Presidential Election on my Facebook page. Go and check it out, and you will understand all of my unbiased opinions. Because let's be honest, even the left and the right, both these news outlets are completely biased, and they are giving you information which they think is suitable to their agenda. I will give you unbiased information which is completely devoid of any sort of agendas, which will tell you the real picture of why exactly Trump was elected, and why was the entire madness of the 2016 election so chaotic, and why and how I think the 2020 election is going to unfold. So and also, please don't forget to subscribe, and like, comment, and share this video to with your friends and family. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.